10 communication skills needed to strengthen your relationship. These days, like fireworks, most relationships burn bright and fade fast. People move quickly, always looking for the next best thing. While there's nothing wrong with this kind of lifestyle, the secrets of keeping a sustained, strong bond with someone are slowly fading from the public consciousness. In this video, we tell you about the communication skills you need to strengthen your relationship. Before we begin, make sure to like and subscribe. As we improve our content game, we love having you come along for the journey. In relationships, communication is vital. A lot of couples harp on this fact without really knowing how to communicate. What they consider as good communication hurts rather than helps the relationship. But by adding the following communication skills to our arsenal, we will have taken several necessary steps towards strengthening our relationships. Number 1. Be a good listener. No, really, be a good listener. Genuinely listen to what your partner has to say. Genuinely make sure that you understand them and that they feel understood. That last part is essential. If they don't feel understood, then any progress that has been made could disappear. Number 2. Pay attention. In this modern world, with ads, apps, and entertainment fighting for our attention, it might be a little difficult to pay attention to whoever is present with us in the moment. If we find a way to do this, to block out the distractions and indeed pay attention, the efforts will be astounding. By paying attention to our significant others, we will come to learn who they truly are, not the idea of them we have in our head. When that happens, nothing they do will catch us off guard. Number 3. Avoid making assumptions. This skill is a tricky one to master, since many people feel better when their partners seem able to read their minds. Unfortunately, as magical as that sounds, that phenomenon is the exception and not the rule. In this day and age, we're all learning to communicate better, and so, people who say what they mean and mean what they say are of priceless value. Avoid making assumptions about what your partners mean if you haven't asked them explicitly. It will save you a lot of trouble. Number 4. Schedule time to talk. This is one of those skills which sounds unrealistic and unnatural. However, nothing can be farther from the truth. Sometimes we get caught in a storm of responsibility so wild that we end up neglecting our partners. To avoid falling into this trap, set some time aside to talk to each other. This doesn't have to be framed as an interview or interrogation. Good, progressive conversations can happen over a date or while watching a show together. Number 5. Make use of physical contact. Sometimes, when our mouths cannot find the words, we can compensate with our fingers. Simple things like hugging, holding hands, squeezing the shoulder, and caressing heads could go a very long way to aid in communication. Actions reassure us more than words ever could. Simple physical contact of this nature is a solid foundation to convey reassurance. Moving forward, if you love this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. Number 6. Pay attention to nonverbal cues. By now, we should all understand that communication is about more than just words spoken. Paying attention to other minor details like body language and facial expressions could go a long way. People can avoid saying certain things, but it's harder to suppress the body the same. By not taking these cues for granted, we would begin to communicate with our partners in more ways than words can express. Number 7. Practice openness and honesty. Sometimes, telling a little white lie may be easier than the arduous process of explaining ourselves. While we do this with a lot of people, our partners should be exempt from such behavior. Telling lies to your partner, no matter how little at first, is a habit that will only get progressively worse. And so, it is essential to be open, honest, and vulnerable at all times in order for us to be truly understood. Number 8. Have as many face-to-face conversations as possible. There's no denying that technology has revolutionized modern dating. These days, there are so many apps and services that help us sort out our preferences. While texting or exchanging emails can be easy, it doesn't compare to the value of a good face-to-face conversation. Once we're comfortable enough with someone, talking to them face-to-face will elevate feelings of trust and intimacy. It's worth noting that face-to-face doesn't always mean physically in the exact location. A video call could work out just fine. Number 9. Speak up about your needs. Human beings are complex creatures. What needs we have today could always change tomorrow. And as a result, we have a responsibility to make sure that our partners are kept updated. Again, they aren't mind readers. Speaking up about our needs will prevent a lot of frustrations and confusions. They can't give us what they don't know we need. Number 10. Understand that you can always start over. Sometimes, despite all our efforts, or rather because of them, attempting to communicate could have some rather explosive consequences. We could lose our cool, and this could lead to fights, arguments, and other petty squabbles. In such a situation, when the relationship seems at its most tenuous, we need to understand that we can always start over. Provided we can put our pride aside and apologize, then few wounds are unmendable. With these communication skills, you'll be sure to strengthen your relationship. But while it's generally good advice to practice them, we need to understand that not all relationships can be salvaged. Sometimes, relationships have short lifespans, and it's best to go our separate ways at the end of them. A wise man once said that a bitter end is better than an endless bitterness. If you liked the video, make sure to comment and share. We will surely be back with bigger and better content. Until then, have a good day. Catch you later.